Hi, first grade. This week we have been using clue words to choose an operation and solve addition and subtraction word problems. Today we're going to add on to that previous knowledge and we're going to start solving multi-step word problems. But before we get into multi-step word problems, let's review what we've been learning about this week. We learned that we can use clue words in word problems to help us choose an operation. Remember, when you hear the word operation, it just means are you adding or subtracting? Those clue words that we find will tell us if we're going to add or subtract. Do you remember some of those clue words that tell us that we're going to be adding? I can think of a couple on the top of my head. I'm thinking of total or got more. What's one that you can think of? Great. Let's talk about subtraction now. What are some clue words that tell us we're going to be subtracting? Maybe taken away or ate. If I ate more of something, they're taken away. I'm going to be subtracting. Great job. Well, there are so many different clue words that we will see in word problems, and we have to figure out if those clue words mean that we're going to be adding or subtracting. Today, we need to use those clue words to help us solve those word problems, but we're going to add on to that knowledge. You guys have been doing such a great job. Today, we're going to be starting to solve multi-step word problems. Have you ever heard of a multi-step word problem? What do you think it means? Multi-step. Well, let's look at that word deeper. Multi-step. I see the word multi in the beginning. Can you say that word? Multi. Multi kind of sounds like the beginning of the word multiple. Multiple. Multiple means more than one. So if multiple means more than one, I can figure out that multi-step means I'm going to be using more than one step to solve a word problem. We're going to be using 3 different steps to solve multi-step word problems. The first one is we're going to make a number sentence. The second one, we're going to solve it. And the third step, we're going to use that answer we just found to solve the next step. I'm going to use these 3 steps to solve a multi-step word problem, and I want you to watch me closely because the next problem, you're going to help me. There are 10 birds in a tree. 5 birds are red. The rest are yellow. 1 yellow bird flies away. How many yellow birds are in the tree now? The whole point of this problem, they're asking us how many yellow birds are in the tree after one of them flies away. But nowhere in the problem does it tell us how many yellow birds there are. It says there are 10 birds total in the tree and 5 of them are red. But it just says the rest are yellow. It doesn't give us a number, does it? We have to figure out how many yellow birds are in the tree before we can find out how many there are after one flies away. There are 2 parts to this problem. To figure out how many yellow birds there are, I know that I'm going to start with 10. 10 birds are in a tree. So I'm going to use counters to help me. 10 birds are in a tree. Then it says 5 are red. If I know that 5 are red and the rest are yellow out of these 10 counters, I need to find the difference between 10 and 5 red counters. I need to subtract. If I'm starting with 10 and I'm taking away 5 red counters, the rest of them are going to be yellow, and it will give me how many yellow birds there are. Watch this. I have 10 birds, and I'm going to turn 5 to red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, these are red. The rest are yellow. I started with 10, and I took away 5 red counters. Let's see how many birds are yellow. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. So I know I subtracted in this problem. I started with my biggest number, 10 birds, and 5 of them were red. I have to take those red birds away to figure out how many are yellow. I counted 5 yellow birds. 10 minus 5 equals 5. So that means 5 were red and 5 were yellow. Now that I know how many birds are yellow, now I can finish solving the problem. The 3 steps to solve a multi-step problem was 1, make a number sentence, which we did right here. 2, solve it, which we did. We know there are 5 yellow birds now. And 3 was to use the answer to solve the next one. My next part of the problem is to figure out how many yellow birds are left after one of them flies away. So I know I'm starting with 5 yellow birds. That's also the answer to the problem we solved just now. I'm going to bring 5 down right here. We had 5 yellow birds and 1 flies away. I know that flies away is a clue word for subtraction. They fly away or go away. So 5 minus 1 yellow bird equals what? 4. If I have 5 right here and I take away 1, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. There were 4 yellow birds left in the tree after 1 flew away. See how I had to use those 3 steps to help me solve this problem? This time, I want you to help me. First, we're going to make a number sentence, then we're going to solve it, and then we're going to use the answer to solve the next step. Jamie finds 6 berries. Olivia finds 3 berries. They take the berries home. Then they eat 3 berries. How many berries are there now? So the whole point of this problem, it says how many berries are there now? They want to know how many berries there are left after they eat some of them. But it doesn't tell us how many berries they have to start with. It says Jamie finds 6 and Olivia finds 3, but I want to know how many they have total before they eat some. So if I want to know how many they found total, I need to add how many Jamie found and how many Olivia found. I'm going to use my counters. First, I need to count 6 berries for Jamie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I need to add 3 more for how many berries Olivia found. 1, 2, 3. I have 6 for Jamie and 3 for Olivia. I'm going to be adding these together to find out how many berries they have together. If Jamie has 6 and Olivia has 3, 6 plus 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 9 berries all together. I did my first step. I made my number sentence. I did my second step and I solved it. Do you remember what my third step is? Oh, good job. I'm going to use my answer to solve my next problem. So if this is my answer 9, where does my number 9 need to go on my next number sentence? Will you point to the line it needs to go on? Great job. I'm using it to solve the next one, so it's going to go at the beginning. They had 9 berries together, but they ate 3 of them. Our clue word is eat. Is eat a clue word for addition or subtraction? That's right. It's a clue word for subtraction. We're going to be subtracting 9 and 3. 9 minus 3 equals, I want you to pause the video here and I want you to look at my counters, or you can get your counters that your designer gave you. You're starting with 9 and you're taking away 3 of them. What is 9 minus 3? Great job, it's 6. I take away 3 and I have 6 left. Jamie and Olivia have 6 more berries now after they ate some. We have one more problem that we're going to solve. It's a multi-step problem, just like the ones we've been practicing. We're going to use those 3 steps again, but this time I want you guys to do it all on your own. I want you to get 3 things for me: a piece of paper, a pencil, and your 20 double-sided counters that your designer gave you. One side should be red and one side should be yellow. Once you get those 3 things, I want you to pause the video and solve this problem. Use your counters to help you, and then push play when you're finished. Okay, let's work through this problem and see what you got. Andrea finds 3 rocks at recess. Lakshita finds 3 rocks at recess. They find 3 more on their way home to the bus after school. How many rocks do they have all together? Wow, okay, well I already can tell this is a multi-step problem. They want to find out how many rocks they have all together. But they found a bunch of different rocks, didn't they? Andrea found some, Lakshita found some, and then they both found more on the way home. So, are we going to be adding or subtracting first? The first thing we need to do is we need to find how many rocks they found at recess. We're going to be adding. Great job. The key words here are finds and finds. What number sentence did you make for this first part of the problem? That's your first step. Great job. You should have written down 3 plus 3 equals. That's your first number sentence. They each found 3 rocks, so we're adding those together to find out how many they found total. I'm going to use my counters, just like you did, to solve this number sentence. Andrea found 1, 2, 3, and Lakshita found 1, 2, 3. Together, 3 plus 3 equals 6. Is this what your paper looks like? We did our first step, writing our number sentence. We did our second step, solving. Now our third step is taking our number down to solve the next part of the problem. We're using 6 rocks, and we need to find out how many they found all together after they found more on their way to the bus. They had 6 rocks, but they found 3 more. So am I going to be adding or subtracting? That's right. We're going to be adding. They found more. They found 3 more. So I'm going to use my counters again. I'm starting with 6 and I'm adding 3 more. 7, 8, 9. Oops, all my writing went away. If I'm adding 6 plus 3, I know my answer is 9. So they have 9 rocks all together. They found a lot of rocks, didn't they? Today, you're going to be practicing using your double-sided counters to help you solve multi-step word problems. Remember to use your 3 steps to solve your multi-step word problems. Number 1, make a number sentence. Number 2, solve. Number 3, use the answers to solve the next step. Have fun, first grade.